Good morning, everybody, and welcome to In the Tank Live with Keith Deyo and Aaron Hairston. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday, Take Action Tuesday. And this is one of those days where I start thinking about my tasks. I got my to-do list, got my whiteboard over there, and I'm looking at my execution, right? Just like a coach drawing up his plays, my X's and O's, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, how am I executing this play? How am I executing that play? And just really getting it into alignment. And I think that's the key word is alignment, aligning the vision with the tasks to get things done. And it took me some time to really wrap my head around that concept because I thought just being busy was the goal. And really that's not, because you can be busy doing a lot of things and really not getting anything done. And so I think Denzel Washington said it perfect. He said, don't confuse busyness with progress. Don't confuse busyness with progress. So what's going on, everybody? Brian, Christine, Aaron, Pierce, what's up, man? I just want to thank all of you, man, for jumping on my YouTube channel, subscribing, because I really want to get that live feature enabled there so we can start to reach more people. That's the whole intention of it, is to be able to get a broader reach outside of the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live would be, outside of the Facebook Live, getting on the YouTube Live would really be able to reach some really great people. What up, Ken? What's up, man? What's up? So as we wait for Keith to get on here, again, mixing busyness with progress is the frame that I really want to work on here, because as we get into the new season, right? We get into the new season, we start to think of, all right, what am I getting done this season, right? And for many, especially me, those who love football, all that hard work, all that preseason work, all that training since January, February of last year, all the way into now, September, what is it that you're executing and now applying all of that hard work to? What up, Keith? I'm gonna grab you on here in a second. And that's the key, is are we missing in action, right? Are we missing in action? Are we just busy? Are we getting things? And it was such a profound statement as I thought about that. And I think about the coaches out there that are looking at their rosters, they're looking at their playbooks, they're looking at their schemes, they're looking at their opponents, right? Their schedule list. What up, Keith? And now it's time to take action. It's time to execute the plays. It's time to show up. So what up, Keith? How we doing, man, on this Take Action Tuesday, brother?
We're celebrating because now all the kids are back to school.
They're all gone. That's it.
Exactly. Bethel went back today, Bethel School District. So everybody's celebrating. People are finding their path again. I think that's a good thing for those that are around me, so that I can begin to help them, because a lot of times that chaos and that busyness, they're mistaking for progress. And when they get to the end of the summer, they're realizing that they got none of the things done that they said they wanted to, and they're actually further behind than they were when they started. And because of that, they're in a position where they really need help. And guess what? Because we do what we do every single day, no matter what, it doesn't turn off. No matter what, we're the first people they think about. And so that's part of the focus that I've had this morning, at least going back and following up with people, finding out where they are now, and asking them questions. Ask them great questions. And where are you now? Where have I found you? What can we do? Let's starting conversations up again. I think that's really what you've been doing, and finding new people, attracting even more people. The people that have, there's also people that did get done what they thought they were going to do. They went above and beyond, and these new emerging leaders that we're able to lock arms with, it's amazing. And that's really what we're looking for. That's what we're looking to create an influence, is to be able to lock arms with somebody, move in a forward direction, and know that they're not looking to become busy. They're looking to create influence and impact. We're looking for other people that are more often a rock than a ripple. And we talked about the difference of being an influencer or being somebody that's allowing themselves to be influenced. And that's part every day. You're influenced and influencing. It's just a matter of what percentage of your day are you going to be doing one or the other, which is important. So as we go forward, as we're looking into this week and what we want to share, Aaron, it's one thing to be consistently consistent, but making sure that you're also passionately persistent in following through with people, not only following up, knowing that we need to know what in our schedule, what in our routine, and what habit and ritual is an investment versus a withdrawal, so that by the time we end each day, we know that we haven't overdrawn our account, which a lot of people these days are feeling like they're overdrawn at the end of the day. and you overdraw enough and something's going to break. And so you're
Mm.
not making progress that way. You're also not going to experience happiness. And I think that's really what you're talking about today, right?
Absolutely. And keeping the main thing, right? I was
Yeah.
talking to some moms this morning during my training course I was doing. We just finished up. We had Tuesday mornings. We're going to move it now to Wednesday nights, a little boot camp. But I was talking to some of the moms and, just listening to the stories, and I was just giving them some perspective about what I've been experiencing as a parent, and also as we transition into this new season, right? I mean, we're wearing sweatshirts in the morning and then we're getting t-shirts in the afternoon. The weather's changing. It can't really make his mind up. And keeping the main thing is, I think, what you're referring to with those who really crushed it this summer and really focused on being disciplined, right? Setting a goal and applying the actions to that goal, no matter what and no matter who, right, sister? No matter
Yes.
what and no matter who. And this is the thing, is that we can get caught up on being busy and get distracted because outside of the things that we have as priorities, other people's have priorities for us. And if we don't differentiate the two, we can get caught up in that immersion of the two worlds coming together. And then you looking at your to-do list and nothing's getting done, but yet you feel exhausted. You're just drained at the end of the day. And so as we get into this new season, for football, right, this is where a lot of the players are like, ouch, like I'm still hurting from 2 weeks ago, right? And it was funny because I was listening to the Cleveland Browns coach, and he was telling some of the rookies, he said, listen, this will be the healthiest you will be all season. He says, get used to it right now, because once we start banging, you're never going to be 100% ever throughout the whole season. You're always going to have some bumps and bruises and some bangs along the way, but don't let that distract you of performing. And this is what I'm getting at, is that you may have had some bumps in the road. You may have had some distractions. And now we want to dial all that in. We want to get focused on what am I actively doing that's leading me forward to make progress in any area of my life. And for us, it's influence. For us, it's making a difference. For us, it's asking questions. It's finding out what is it right now that people are looking for, right? And that we can be of resource to them. And I love the video you shared with me yesterday about the process, right? And this young man, Preston, who's really taken his life and turned around his perspective, right? All the things and the lessons that he learned in a very destructive environment. Now he's making it more about progress and making that time to do things and get things done and not using it as an excuse. And we can always do that, right? We get busy and get caught up and we lose track of the main thing. And the main thing is to focus and discipline yourself to take action no matter what and no matter who. Because at the end of the day, it's you have to be accountable for. It's you that's going to have to answer, did I get done today what it is that I needed to get done? And if I did it, what stood in the way? Because I'm not going to let that happen tomorrow. And until you would realize that and you start to be real with that and take full ownership of that, it's always going to show up. It may look different, right? It may feel different. It may come from a different resource, but it's going to be the same distraction every single time if you don't recognize that it is what it is in that distraction and say, I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah, Aaron, I love how he said, how yesterday he talked about how he said everything's neutral until you give it a story.
So you give it a story.
Hey, you could look at your entire day up till now.
Yeah.
Look at the stories you've told yourself from when you woke up and you started to be conscious of what was going on. What story did you? Some people wake up with a story in their head already.
Automatic.
The second they wake up, the chatter starts.
Right.
Like they've got this story. I'm broke.
We always do.
I'm out of shape. A mirror comes into play. A scale comes into play. If you're sick and tired of the story you've been telling yourself, even if it's a good one, break a pattern. Break a pattern every single morning. The importance of breaking patterns in the process of making progress is huge. Your body's looking for patterns every single day. And what it's going to do with that pattern is store a pattern. And in the pattern, it stores emotion. It stores energy. It stores a lot of things that eventually won't serve the new version of you that you're looking to create. Every morning you wake up to create a new version of yourself, create a new pattern. Do things out of order. Keep your body in check. It's just like what we do in the gym. Is if you go in and you want to lift the same way every single day, you're not shocking the system at all. Your body's going to find an easier way to do it every day. If you get into the gym and there's no struggle, I don't want to say struggle. If you're not giving your body an opportunity where a good feedback, a way to find out is if you're not shaking, you're not baking. If not, if you're doing a movement and there's no shake involved, then you're not either not finding an end range under resistance or it's not new enough. So your body's not going to create anything new. We want to make sure that you're breaking down patterns in order to build a new so they can serve this newer version of you.
Right.
So many of us have gotten our lives down to a T. Like we've got our schedule so finely tuned that if we miss a step, it throws our entire day off. And it's like a landslide. Your day is going to depend on one misstep in the morning or a missed conversation or not receiving a text back from somebody or answering an email can throw your whole day off. Why would you do that? Why would you set up a trap with so many different triggers and opportunities to get like it's like a mouse trap around every single corner?
Right.
Making sure that
you know what it is. You know what it is, Keith? That's a really good point because I think many of us don't even realize we're doing it.
No.
Right? We roll right out of bed and we go right into that routine.
Yep.
And I've seen so many people do it and don't even realize they do it. And because of technology, right, we can always get plugged in. We can plug in immediately, right? Which means that we unconnect from ourselves or disconnect from ourselves, right? So when we disconnect from ourselves, what we're doing is that we're not taking ownership. Right? We're not taking ownership of our day. And if we unplug from ourselves, how can we really get focused? How can we really dial in? And so one of the things that I want to challenge everybody to do is that when they first wake up in the morning, right? Tomorrow morning, when you first wake up, take 30 seconds and do nothing. Do nothing and just be thankful. Take a few deep breaths, put your hand on your heart, feel your beat of your heart, and just take 30 seconds. Watch how hard that is. Yeah. Watch, because I'm going to tell you right now, because you decided to do that, something within that 30 seconds is going to come to try to distract you. And what I want you to do is I want you to stay strong. I want you to stay disciplined because this is for you. This could be the very, very need, right, that you've been required for. I mean, this could be the very thing that you've been needing for a long time. To be plugged in and energized for the right intention for the day. And the only way that you're going to hear it is if you wait for that first 30 seconds, because after that 30 seconds, it's gone. The message has now been deleted, right? Its message will self-destruct, just like Inspector Gadget, right? Got 30 seconds to go ahead and read this message before it self-destructs. And if it self-destructs at that point, you've now missed the very important key element to your day. And it's as simple as taking some deep breaths and holding your hand on your heart and just being thankful, saying, you know what? Thank you. To whoever it is that you believe created you and whatever it is that you're grounded with right now, just say thank you. Because I'm telling you right now, by doing that, it's going to make a shift. It's going to change that pattern, right? It's going to shift that second, and you're going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged even by your own mind to be like, this is ridiculous. I got things to do right now. I don't got time for this, right? It's 30 seconds and you don't have time for it. This is exactly what you need right now. And it's so hard, Keith, because we don't acknowledge it. By doing that, you're going to acknowledge what you first go right into. It can be as simple as taking a sip of water in the morning, going ahead and taking down 8 ounces before anything else gets done, right? How are you going to do that? Well, have a bottle next to your bed so that when you roll over, you grab that bottle of water, and whoever's trying to distract you, you got your hand on your heart, you're sipping some water, you're like, hold on a second. Nope, I got to get this water in. I got to get this gratitude in. And I'm going to tell you that little bit of shift will just bring you into that moment, to be present, to understand where it is right now that you would like to go, and then watch what happens. Everything will start to work in your favor. Not that it wasn't before, but now you're just in more consciousness to be realizing that it is.
I love it. Be revealed. And so for everybody that showed up today, the hearts, the likes, the loves, the comments, that's the heartbeat and the breath of our broadcast, as you know. And for all of those, the hundreds and thousands of people that are going to see this all over the world on replay, allow this message to be there. Allow this message to unlock your greatest gifts, even though suffering in silence. Use this as a catapult. Use this as a springboard into the rest of your week and allow yourself to influence others to become greater than they already are. Do even more. One step even more. Take that 30 seconds. Reflect on who you are going to become every single morning. And we will see you tomorrow on In the Tank Live, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time with Aaron Hairston and Keith Deyo. Peace.